Hello, everybody. Welcome to day one of the Spring into Simple Decluttering Challenge. I'm just gonna take a minute before we get started. I want to make sure that it looks like we are up and running and everything is going as it should. Our internet or our power went out last night, and okay, it looks good. Our power went out last night, and this morning our internet wasn't working. So I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Just on day one of the challenge, when I'm ready to get started, I need internet. So thankfully, with some fiddling around and restarting things and whatnot, it got working again. So we are here for day one of the Spring into Simple Decluttering Challenge. So that's exciting. The challenge starts today. I wanted to welcome all the new members to the group. We have quite a few new members joining us, so welcome. We're really happy to have you here. And then welcome to all the members who've been here for a while. We've been here, it's a lovely group. We've been sharing the work we've been doing, the progress we're making, just encouraging each other for quite some time, and it's a really lovely group. And I am just excited to be doing the challenge and to have the new members and the old members coming together and working on this. So I wanted to start today with a few housekeeping kind of things, just to make sure that you get the most out of the challenge and that everything goes as smoothly as possible. So the first thing, if you didn't get day one's email, the first thing I encourage you to do is search your inbox for the phrase Spring into Simple. I put that phrase in the subject line of all of the emails. So if you can't find day one's email, start by searching Spring into Simple. If you still can't find it, check your junk or spam folder. Sometimes the emails do end up there. And if you still can't find it after doing those two things, just send me an email. My email is melissa@simplelionheartlife.com. Or you can leave a comment below this video and we'll connect that way, and we can make sure that you get the emails. So if you have any issues with the emails, just let me know. Sometimes they do kind of get lost along the way or end up in your spam folder. So yeah, I can definitely help you out. If you haven't got the emails, just let me know. The second thing I wanted to talk about is kind of just something you can do to prepare mentally for the challenge. And that's knowing your why. So why you want to declutter, what you want to achieve, what you want more of in your life, what you want less of in your life, how decluttering is going to change the way your home looks, the way it feels, the way it functions. Get really clear about what you want to achieve. And this will really help keep you motivated and keep you kind of on track and focused as you're decluttering. Because sometimes it's hard, it's easy to get kind of, lost in the day-to-day decisions of decluttering. And when you understand your why and have a clear sense of why, it helps keep you focused and keeps you going and keeps you from kind of getting overwhelmed by those little decisions or feeling discouraged or feeling like you're not making progress as fast as you'd like. So know your why, know exactly what you want to achieve, have a clear vision of how you want your home to look, what you want to, your spaces to look like, how you want them to feel, how you want them to function. The next thing you can do before you start the challenge is decide when you'll declutter. Decluttering is something that's easy to put off and kind of procrastinate unless you have kind of a schedule and hold yourself accountable to it. So I really encourage you to plan exactly when you'll declutter. Like maybe, is it going to be first thing in the morning? Is it going to be after supper? Is it going to be midday? Depending on your schedule. Decide when you're going to declutter, put it in your schedule, and then hold yourself to that. For this challenge, you can plan to declutter for about 15 to 30 minutes. And just do what you can with the time you have. Do as much as you can in that time, work as quickly and efficiently as you can, and let that be enough. Just do what you can in those times and know that it all adds up. The next thing that I encourage you to have is a holding zone. So somewhere to kind of collect the stuff you're decluttering. If you're going to sell it, if you're going to donate it, you're probably not going to be making runs to the donation center every single day. So have a place where you can collect it, somewhere where it can all be gathered so it's easy to gather up in your trunk and take to the donation center when you're ready. And also so it's out of your house. So maybe make your holding zone, if you have a garage, that's a good spot for it, or like one corner of the basement, somewhere where you can collect the stuff where it's a little bit out of sight, because you don't want to decide you're getting rid of something and then see it in that holding zone and start second guessing yourself. You want to make those decisions and then stick with them. So a little bit out of sight is a good idea. Somewhere convenient to add to. Hello, Carla. Hello, Jody. Thank you guys for watching. I'm glad you're here. So the holding zone is really important, a place to collect donations so it's easy to gather, easy to add to that holding zone, and easy to get them out of your house when it's time. And then another thing, speaking of donating or selling items, neither is wrong. If you want to sell items you're decluttering, that's totally okay. Just be prepared. Selling items takes quite a bit of time and effort. So plan for that. Kind of schedule that into your decluttering schedule. You're going to have to take pictures of items, list them for sale, communicate with buyers, plan meetups, account for no-shows, that kind of thing. So if you're planning to sell items, just be prepared for the extra time and effort it's going to take. If you're planning to just donate items, that's a great way to get items out of your house quickly with minimal effort. So just decide for yourself. Do you want to sell items or do you want to donate them? Neither is right or wrong. Just decide what's going to work for you. The next thing to do is you can gather a few supplies. The good thing is you don't need a lot to declutter. Maybe some boxes for stuff you're getting rid of, garbage bags for garbage you come across. That's pretty much all you need, and a good attitude, and you're ready to go. The next thing I want to tell you is you can save my email address as a contact, and that will help ensure that the emails get to you every day and they don't end up in junk or spam. Again, you can always search Spring into Simple, and that will be in the subject line of all of the emails for this challenge. So if you're ever lose an email or can't find one, you can search it that way. But saving my email address is a great way to just make sure that the emails always find their way to you. And then also, you can join me every morning of the challenge. Every morning, I'll be going live in the Facebook group here at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I'll be talking about the day's decluttering task, what you can expect in the task, some tips to help you make it a little bit easier, some encouragement. I'll cheer you on. Yeah, so we'll basically just go over the task, and I'll share how you can kind of work more efficiently, effectively, any tips I have to make that task easier. And it's just a good way to hold yourself accountable. Today's video might be a little bit longer than normal just because we had all the housekeeping stuff. But the videos will usually be quite short, like 10 to 15 minutes at most, just because I'd rather you spend that time decluttering than watching me. You can also listen to the video while you're decluttering, which is also a great idea. But yeah, it'll just be a quick way to cheer you on a little bit, encourage you, and just hold you accountable, keep you on track to those daily tasks. And finally, I wanted to say also, a big theme in this challenge is the idea of progress, not perfection. We're not going for perfect decluttering. We're not planning to declutter our entire homes in 2 weeks. We're planning to make progress clearing some clutter from our homes from key areas. So it all adds up. Even if you're just decluttering for a few minutes a day, it all adds up and it makes a difference. Every piece of clutter you remove from your house is taking you one step closer to a clutter-free home. So even if you only have 5 minutes one day, or you only find a few pieces of clutter to get rid of, it all adds up and it all matters. And do what you can in the time you have. Just do as much as you can and know that it's making a difference. And I always like to remind you, it's better to do some decluttering and clear some of the clutter than wait until you have enough time, enough energy, enough motivation, all the stars align for you to declutter your entire house. I'd rather see you do a little bit of decluttering each day than wait until all those factors line up and you can declutter your whole house all at once. Because for most of us, that's not very realistic. So do what you can. Little bits add up, and it's better to do some than none. So that's my encouragement, is to focus on progress, not perfection. Do as much as you can with the time you have. And speaking of that, if you miss a day of this challenge, don't let that completely derail you. If you miss a day, just pick back up wherever we are and keep going. You can always go back after the challenge is over and catch up on days you missed. But I really encourage you, if you miss a day, don't let that throw you off track. Just keep going, pick back up, follow along. Don't let it throw you off track. you know, again, with the progress, not perfection, sometimes we feel like, oh, if I miss a day, I've missed a day, I'm behind, I have to catch up on that day before I can carry on. That's not the case. Just keep going, pick back up, join us wherever we are. You can catch up after if that works for you, but I'd rather see you continue with the challenge than quit because you missed a day. So that's kind of what I wanted to share about the challenge and some tips to help you get started. So now let's get into today's decluttering task. So today's task is one of my favorite ways to get started decluttering. What we're doing is a whole house clutter sweep. So this is a really low pressure way to start decluttering. It eases you in, it gives you a win right off the bat, and shows you that you can do this. You can make progress decluttering. So here's how it works. Grab a box, a laundry basket, a bag, whatever you have, some kind of receptacle, and just walk through every room in your house and look for anything and everything you don't need, you don't use, you don't love. Anything that's clutter and that you can get rid of. Look for kind of the easy clutter right now, the surface clutter. You know, things like garbage, that's a really easy thing to get rid of. Look for garbage, things that have to be recycled or put away. Anything you don't use or love. This is a great time to kind of look at your decor items and see, do you have decor items that are just filling space, but you don't really love them, you have no connection to them? Maybe it's time to declutter some of that stuff. So just quickly walk through each room of your house looking for this surface clutter. See how much you can find. It's often surprising when we do this, how much you can find just walking through looking for this kind of clutter. It might surprise you actually. And if that feels hard or overwhelming, you know, walking through your entire house doing that, maybe walk into one room and aim to find 10 things, or look in your whole house and aim to find 10 things. The goal of today's task is to get us started, and to get us started finding clutter, spotting clutter for one, letting go of clutter, and basically build our momentum, our motivation, and our confidence that we can do this. I often like to say that we have like decluttering muscles. So decluttering is a skill you get better at the more you do it. Your muscles, your decluttering muscles, get bigger and stronger the more you use them. So this is a good way to warm up those muscles, to kind of ease you into decluttering and help you start looking for clutter and practicing letting go of things. So that's our goal today, is to ease in, look for surface clutter, look for easy clutter, see how much we can find. And I'd love to see you post in the group, you know, your basket, your laundry basket at the end of it. How much did you find? Were you surprised? Was it more than you thought? Did you think you'd find more? Share what you're doing and what you're working on. So once you have your basket or box or whatever it is full of stuff you've decided to declutter, the key here is to finish all the way. So look in there and toss or recycle anything that's garbage or recycling, and then add anything you want to donate or sell to your donation, to your holding zone. And figure out, when are you going to do your drop-offs? Kind of plan your drop-offs for your donation center. When are you going to drop off these items you're decluttering? If you're planning to sell items, I encourage you to give yourself a deadline to get them listed for sale first, and then donate them if they don't sell after a certain amount of time. Like maybe if they're listed for sale for 5 days and they haven't sold, maybe that's when you donate them. Because the key is to get this stuff out of our house. We kind of got to give ourselves that push to make sure that we finish this all the way. We take the donations to the donation center, we sell the stuff that we want to sell, and if it doesn't sell, we donate it. We get it out of our house. That's the key. So that's today's task in a nutshell. Like I said, make sure you're sharing in the group. Show us what you come up with today. Show us what you're working on. It's great that we can cheer each other on, and you will likely inspire someone else to kind of, they'll see what you found and they'll be like, okay, I can do this too. I want to do this too. So we can cheer you on and you'll inspire someone else. You can also share on Instagram. If you tag me, it's at Simple Lionheart Life, and use the hashtag Spring Into Simple. That helps me find it so I can see it and cheer you on some more. And you just never know who you'll inspire. That's what I've always found. When we share that we're doing this decluttering work, you never know who you're going to inspire to kind of do the same. And it helps hold yourself accountable too in the progress. So that's today's task. If you have any questions at all, just leave a comment on this video. I will be back tomorrow again at 9:30 a.m. Mountain Standard Time to talk about tomorrow's task. And at that time, I can answer any questions that have come up. Yeah, and like I said, if you can't find the emails, search Spring into Simple, check your junk folder. If you still can't find them, reach out to me and I will make sure that you get them. And happy decluttering. I'm so happy you guys are here. I'm so happy you've joined the challenge and I can't wait to see the progress you make. So take care, everybody. I will see you back here tomorrow and happy decluttering.